Hello friends! I had this idea about a month ago for a video that I was originally going to call a Lolita excuses video. I made a post on Instagram asking what obstacles you faced that were keeping you from wearing Lolita, and I expected there to just be a few short responses. There were over 300 very long, in-depth comments. Many things that I'd never thought of because I've never been faced with these obstacles. It made me feel really ignorant and dumb because I was going into this with the thought that all of your obstacles are just excuses and that I would be able to solve all of them. The fact is that I can't. But I really want to address them and try to help. I want to reach out and talk to other Lolitas who have faced these things and have overcome these obstacles and challenges and create a place where you can find support in the comments and help each other out and work together to help you feel more confident and to overcome the things that are keeping you from wearing Lolita. I don't want to make light of your obstacles, but I do very strongly believe that anyone can wear Lolita. It just might be more difficult for some than others, but it's always possible. And it's mostly about figuring out if you are invested enough and willing to work hard enough and overcome those things, because it might be more difficult for you, but are you willing to do that? Do you love it enough to really put that work forward? For some, you might realize that it's not really worth it to you. Now, I know you don't want to hear about the YouTube adpocalypse anymore. I know every YouTuber I watch has been talking about it for like the last 2 years. The fact is that these advice videos take a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of preparation, and I make either no money off of them or very little money because they are often wrongly flagged because of the word Lolita. And in these situations where I'm trying to give specific Lolita advice, it's really hard to avoid that because even if you want to change the word, like that's what it's known for and that's the easiest way to search for it. I don't want to bore you or talk about that much. I have made a post about it on my Facebook a while back and I'm going to update it so that if you want to know more, you can check that out and it's entirely your choice. You may have noticed that there's been less and less Lolita specific videos on my channel, and that is why, because it's hard for me to take time to work on these videos from other work, and I've also realized that I can't cover this entire topic in just one video. It's going to have to be more of a series. I got a sponsor and I am so thankful and grateful to this sponsor because they genuinely care about the support of the Lolita community. Soon there will be a physical Lolita store in Montreal, Quebec called Au Boudoir de Alice. And I'm so sorry, I have the worst French pronunciation, but I am gonna try my hardest. They are a Lolita dedicated shop that will carry brands such as Innocent World, Mille Fleurs, Metamorphose, Temple des Filles, Atelier Pierrot, and Enchantelic and Chantilly, and possibly even more brands in the future. They have been very supportive of my Lolita advice videos, and it's clear to me when talking to them that they really want everybody to feel welcome. They want to contribute to the growth of the Lolita community. Au Boudoir de Alice will be opening in early August of this year. They do plan to have an online store in the future, and you can also keep up to date and see when that happens by following their Facebook page. If you're a local Lolita or might find yourself traveling to Quebec, I definitely suggest that you check them out because this is one of the few places where you can see brands like this overseas in person. If one of your obstacles is finding Lolita, this might be one of your solutions. Time to get comfy because I'm going to start going through your responses and see what I can help with the experiences that I've had and the things that I've overcome when it comes to Lolita. And then I'm also going to be organizing them into categories for future videos to figure out what other things I can address to help you wear Lolita. Sparkly and Glitter says, I have yet to wear Lolita anywhere because I can't afford to drop brand level money on shoes. I will only wear in Lolita. I get nervous that whatever secondhand shoes I choose for my cord won't fall into the category. This is a strangely specific concern. I don't think that your shoes are gonna reflect who you are as Lolita. I've worn Uggs in Lolita before. When you look at like street snaps from Kara or GLB, because Japanese Lolitas, especially like old school, would wear it in their daily lives, it would have to be suitable for their daily lives. So you'll see Lolitas wearing actual running shoes that don't even match anything just because they had to run around all day and wear that. So I don't think your shoes should keep you from wearing Lolita at all. Fear, the fact I have digestive issues makes things pressing on my stomach painful, sensory issues that make tight clothes kind of hellish. I don't have any experience with this or advice with this. I would say potentially finding Lolita dresses that are like open. For example, it's gonna be hard to find, but Melty Cream Donut had like a baby doll release that was basically just like all open and loose. Also, I don't know, that possibly might help. I should really ask somebody who has had digestive issues, and I know I have some friends that have, so I will possibly elaborate on that later. I know it's probs going to be the most common one, but money. I can barely justify paying $30 for a dress, and also when people look at me too much, I get a lot of anxiety. I get lots of anxiety and I don't know what to do. About money, I have made an entire video about why Lolita is so expensive and how to find it more affordably and how to save up to get it cheaper. I made that video before I made this post, but then it was published after I made this post. So any of these that kind of have to do with money, I definitely would recommend going to check that video out. And if there still is anything specific that I didn't address in that video, let me know and I can tackle it in a future video. But I feel like everything that could have been said about Lolita and money was said in that video. For anxiety and people looking at you, I don't know if this will help, but I've had other friends who have had similar problems, and I have told them that figure out what you're thinking when those people are looking at you, because I find that a lot of people's negative anxiety towards people looking at them is that they're assuming people are thinking bad things. But instead, think about, just tell yourself in your head, like, no, they're thinking good things. They are thinking positive things. Maybe they're too shy to say so, or maybe they don't know what to say, but they're impressed and happy by seeing you. Because in all honesty, that might be the truth, and even if it isn't the truth, it's better to just think positively and tell yourself that it's something good. As Lolita, I had to overcome the feeling of exhaustion at the end of the day. Wearing many layers and tight-fit clothes makes my back and torso area uncomfortable. Also, as sweet Lolita, I like to wear light color wigs to match my cord, which occasionally cause headaches. This does not bother me, and I continue to wear the fashion because it makes me feel unique and happy. No complaints will come from me as long as I can continue to wear Lolita. That's really sweet. Like, I completely relate to that 100%, and I feel like the more that I've been in Lolita, the less of a tolerance I have for wearing it. I think that everybody should be aware of like their pain tolerances and how long they can wear things and be comfortable. I don't think many people will judge you if you have to like change in the middle of a Lolita because of your physical comfort, because a lot of people feel this and a lot of people understand and relate. I've known many Lolitas who bring a change of clothes like in a big tote bag and will just excuse themselves and go to the restroom, like change out in the middle of a meet because they physically can't wear it. And like, if any Lolita judges you for doing that, then like, I have a few choice words to say with them, and I think they're dumb, because your physical comfort is the most important. And if you try and you know that after an hour or two, like, you can't wear it anymore, then just make yourself comfortable. I absolutely adore Lolita, but I used to wear it quite a bit, but as a trans man, I always feel shunned, like I wasn't valid enough because I enjoy dressing in frilly clothes. There's a weird double standard with trans people where they absolutely cannot dress the opposite gender because then their identity is questioned. It's frustrating because cisgendered men can wear Lolita and not have the fact that they're male questioned. Obviously, their masculinity may be questioned by other men, but that comes with the territory. I personally have been medically transitioning for almost a year now. I live my life as a male and I do my best to be seen as a male. That doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy dressing in Lolita on special events. I like to look pretty on occasion, and I've always felt much more comfortable being viewed as a man who cross-dresses occasionally rather than a woman who cross-dresses daily. I know the second I put Lolita cord on, my gender is instantly questioned, and I won't be trans enough, or I'll be accused of not having, I don't know how to say this word, dysphoria? Even though that's something that has been a hard battle for me since puberty, as a big proponent as I am for being able to dress how you want despite gender, all this fear of having my validity questioned has caused me to fall out of the fashion. I had a bunch of comments relating to this topic, which shows me that it is a common thing. It's not something that is so rare to find a trans man who wears Lolita. Like, some of the first comments on this post were about that. And honestly, I am in no place to say anything because I don't know what it is like to live my life as a trans person. I have no idea. It is true that when you're wearing dresses and wigs and stuff, people will sort of assume using like she and her, and they'll kind of default into that. So it is something that you are going to have to confront. I feel like it shouldn't stop you. I should really like talk to a trans man who wears Lolita because I can't say anything. But the fact that I had a bunch of comments that were similar to this one shows me that like there is a community for you. I wish that there was like a trans man Lolita who was like outwardly sharing this kind of information and support and stuff, because clearly it's needed. The representation is needed. I don't really know what to say other than just that I agree with you and that there are other people out there in your same situation and that there needs to be more representation. I know personally I have misgendered people in Lolita, and it kind of happens because you just get into this like normal binary, but as soon as people have then explained to me, I've been very apologetic and wanted to help make them feel comfortable and address them the way that they want to be addressed. And I feel that I've seen in the community other people acting that way as well. As soon as you explain things to them and tell them how you want to be addressed and how you identify, people are generally respectful of it. My biggest struggle, aside from the obvious price tag, is being very curvy and looking incredibly mature for my age. I am the exact opposite of cutesy Lolita type with my large bust, hips, and mature looking face. Being told I'm 24 since I hit puberty has been incredibly disheartening and has kept me from really trying Lolita out of fear that I could never look right on me and I would just somehow look out of place and awkward like someone's mom trying to play along at a convention. I've confronted this so much. You can read through so many of my comments or people being like, Laura, you look too old for Lolita, or like, ugh, old, bleh, since forever, because I have like kind of sharp features, I guess, and like I've had eye bags my entire life. Don't let the idea of what people are gonna think or say to you like stop you from doing it, because I've met actual moms who are at the conventions wearing Lolita and like they're friggin' awesome and everybody loves them too and they're welcome as well. There's nothing wrong with that. And so that's like the worst outcome that you think, is that somebody will think that you're like a mom. It's not bad. Possibly you see a certain type of Lolita or style and you think that, oh, it doesn't suit you, but if you try and experiment with different styles, different colors, different prints, you will find something that you are comfortable with that accentuates who you are and makes you feel pretty. And if you start by trying with one thing and you find, oh, I don't feel right, then sell it, try something else. So this has been just covering a random selection from that post, but I will tackle more of them and in more specific topics. If you have overcome any obstacles here, or if you think that you have a different perspective than me that you can offer and you want to collaborate somehow, we can even do like a phone Skype interview dealy for a future video, please email me here. Please support each other in the comments and help advise each other so that more people can wear Lolita and feel comfortable wearing Lolita. I think one of the biggest things that the Lolita community is lacking is that there isn't enough representation. There isn't enough people out there supporting the fashion, saying the struggles that they've overcome and sharing their story. And so please, I encourage you all to continue to share your story and post and make content. And until next time, when we tackle the rest of these Lolita obstacles and get more insight, stay lovely.